that will make you understand what you are going to do. If you go to the Supreme Court, you are holding brief. Supreme Court is not a place where you go and take frivolous adjournments. It's not possible. There's a business of the day which must go on. If you are holding brief, you have stepped into that person's shoe. So I beg our colleagues, it will not be nice for members from the Abuja bar to be known to have participated in such activities. It is not right. If you are holding brief, you should understand it, and you must be in court with your file. Please, we beg our colleagues. It's embarrassing, really embarrassing. That is one. Two, we also want to plead with our colleagues who are in the habit of being extremely confrontational with judges. I agree that some judges can be very overbearing, but you have to understand that a judge is in charge of his court, whether you like it or not. And I always tell this. Or Haiti, Emeka Obegulu, or SN, or Mr. A. Ibrahim, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You can't find them shouting. You see them laughing, but they're articulating their views. You will think that because they are senior advocate, yes, because they are senior advocate, they are enjoying some of these privileges, but you can also enjoy it if you know your onion. So please, I try to copy what I see people doing that is good. I don't copy bad things. So, distinguished colleagues, respect is reciprocal. Don't assume that because you are right. Somebody called me some time ago and said that he called the president, and the president said, this is an Abuja matter, call the chairman of the branch. And he called me and said that a judge said that he cannot open his iPad while in court, that he will not allow him use the iPad. And his law pavilion is in that court, is in that iPad. And I said, what did you do? He said he argued with him, with her. And I said, okay, so what now happened? He said the matter was adjourned. I said, okay, you have to come. We can make this presentation to the chief judge. I agree. My law pavilion is in my iPad, not in the laptop. But you see, the judge may have a misconception that you're doing something else, especially when perhaps you have a Bluetooth in your ear or an AirPod. You can assume that you're probably watching a movie or doing something else. So you will need to probably explain to the judge that you are trying to, you must be busy, and especially if your case is ongoing. So you can present your matter to a court in a way that they will respect and understand what you are doing without being confrontational. I beg of all of you, that's what the message that I got from some of our colleagues, and it will not be nice for members of the Unity Bar to be found involved in some of these activities. Thank you so much. Yes, matters arising. Do we have any other? Yes, sir. Learned Senior Advocate, Abdul Ibrahim, SCN. Please let the microphone move to Learned Senior Advocate.
Sir, sir, there is this thing in my place, or they say, an elder should not be where things are going wrong, and he will not see it. Now, just like you have just warned us, or called us, you have just admonished us, there is also one growing trend now that I've also noticed amongst our colleagues, especially our juniors. when they go to provision, especially let's say like yesterday, Thursday, there is no work today. The police keep them maybe till 5, 6 at the end of the day. Maybe when they are releasing the clients, they ask lawyers to write to stand temporarily on bail for them. And at the end of the day, they also end up insisting that they should also drop their sleep and their certificate. These things have happened. Even yesterday, it happened. Because in FCID, please, I had reason to issue on behalf of the colleague. It is not only wrong, it is also professional misconduct. If you don't know, your duty is to arrange offer to be paid. It is not for you to take it on bail. If you must, please use caveats as at today. I know it to be of good behavior and let it be a transitional thing. And that by Monday, we are changing it. So you have limited your exposure. It is embarrassing. About 3 lawyers were detained last week. You see, this thing looks like a joke. I had prosecuted in LPDC before when there were prosecutors. We had reason to suspend somebody for 3 months because of this kind of thing. Please, no matter the pressure, avoid exposing yourself or exposing. How do you come in? Then this man, maybe a ASP, you now say, no, bring your Bible. Give them photocopies of your pastor. Where is your seal? You now add your seal because you want to put somebody up there. At the end of the day, maybe you are going home with 100,000 or 150. Is that your certificate? Is it what it? The embarrassment that comes in later is more than that. Please let us caution ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leonard. The word is enough for the wise. Like he said, if you are at a police station representing a client, your duty is to negotiate and get your client out of the station, and not for you to stand in to the extent of bringing your certificate as a shorty. You're not there as a shorty. Auntie Ruth, you are welcome to today's meeting. You are recognized very specially, and thank you for always being here, supporting us. All right, we go. Any other matters? I will skip the host's remarks so that we'll have a fuller house, even though the host is ably represented by High Chief, who is here already. We have not seen reports from the Electoral Committee, and the election is next month. Do we have committee reports? Let's have some committee reports, please. Okay. Law week, yours is even closer. So let's have committee report from the Law Week Committee.
Good evening, the chairman of the branch and the branches, learned senior advocates of Nigeria, and my dear colleagues. This is the report of the Law Week 2026 Planning Committee. Within the last 2 weeks, we unveiled the keynote speaker for PCA, and we have said that the PCA's team is regarding Nigeria's democratic process. The Law Week will take place between the 20th day of May in 19 days' time to the 24th day of May 2026. The opening ceremony will be by 2 p.m. in this hall. As a departure from the past, we have agreed that every program will go on at the scheduled time, even if we have just the members of the committee in the hall. So 2 p.m. on Wednesday, the 20th day of May, we'll start off with the open. The chairman of the opening ceremony is statutorily the Chief Judge of FCT, and this year's law week, we have been able to reach out to so many of our senior colleagues who have promised to be at the opening ceremony, including past MBA presidents, and it will feature the keynote address, goodwill messages, and then there will be a cocktail at the evening. The following day, we will have the first lecture by 10 a.m. on nation building, key to sustaining democratic process in Nigeria. The speaker for that session will be Professor Suleiman Nchi, and the discussants will include Senator Shehu Sani, Professor Chowa Uchedo, Dr. Fatima Kere, Wendy Kuku, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and that session will be chaired by Mazi Afam Osigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The second session for that day will be on upholding constitutionalism the fostering the rule of law. The speaker for this session will be Adewole Adebayo, and the discussants will include Mr. Clement Wankwo, Kemi Okenyido, M.A. Abubakar, student Cross River, and the session which have the first session on Friday by 9 a.m. on advancing gender equity, legal reforms, and reserve seat bills. Session will have NLB as the speaker, while we will have discussants to include Philemon Yakubu, SN, Anthony Idoko, Adora Onyechere, Memuna Yahaya Abubakar, and the session will be chaired by Mrs. Amina Abaje. Then we will have session, our last working session on Friday will be by 11 a.m. This particular session will be chaired by this particular section on driving sustainable economic growth through smart policies. This session will be chaired by Professor Obo Idonike, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. This session will have no main speaker. It will be a panel session moderated by Professor Paul Edonige, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The speakers, the discussants in this panel will include Olumiwa Akimboro, SN, Lateef Akangbe, SN, Oyinkansola Badejo, SN, Paul Harris Obele, SN, and our new addition, Chief Emeka Obegolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. The Law Week will also feature a novelty match on Friday and a health talk 7 a.m. on Saturday, the 23rd. Then there will be a health walk. Then the dinner. The dinner will be chaired by Honorable Justice Amina Agbe, JSC retired. And the dinner is by 7 a.m. 7 p.m. Red carpet will start by 5, and the dinner will be by 7 p.m. Then there will be an after party at the same venue. We are hoping that the dinner will finish in 2 hours. The events for the Law Week, the working sessions for the Law Week will be free, but the dinner will be a paid event. And we'll have dinner fees as follows. Year 1 to 7, 15,000. 8 to 15, 20,000. 16 to 20, 25,000. And 21 and above, 30,000. And Senior Advocates of Nigeria, 150,000. Now, we are not issuing dinner tickets this year. Once you pay for the dinner, you will receive an email which will come with a barcode. So we are not issuing dinner tickets. Once you pay for the dinner, people that have paid for the dinner have received their barcode. That is the only thing we'll use for the entry into the hall. We want to also use that for crowd control. And for this year's dinner, there is a deadline for payment. The deadline was initially put at 10th of May, but the chairman graciously extended it to 15th of May yesterday. So please pay for the dinner to help us with planning. There will be no payment for dinner once the time period is closed. Then I also advise us to, before I leave the dinner, this is, if you have seen some of our flyers, we are going back to, we're living traditional. We're not wearing traditional this year. This year is a black tie affair. We want you to come neatly dressed in your tuxedo with black tie. Then the ladies are advised to be elegantly dressed. Elegantly dressed. The emphasis is on elegantly dressed. In fact, the Gen Z in our committee have tagged, they now have a theme for the dinner, which they call the experience, which we adopted, and the dress code is Casino Royale. Let us just have a little departure from the traditional dinners we have, but the dinner dressing is black tie attire for men, tuxedo preferably. Why should I register for the Law Week? We have been encouraging people to register for the Law Week, even though it's a free attendance. The attendance is free. If you register for the Law Week, it will help us to remind you. It will be easier for you to be reminded. Remember, I said we intend to start early.
Meanwhile, I also want to thank us for the those of us that have registered. The number of people that have registered is really encouraging. The people that have also paid for the dinner is encouraging. Please, let's stay at it. I think basically that I've finished. Any other thing that is left, Chairman will make the chairman fill it up. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, sir. Our consultant have just reminded me that yes, the dinner committee had a consultant. We had earlier said that we will not that the dinner is for lawyers, but on popular demand, we have created a window for spouses of the lawyers, and their payment is a flat fee of 30,000 naira. So on the platform now, you can register for your spouse. Then the dinner tables. We have dinner tables. If you are interested in buying a table, it is a table of 10 is 1.5. And half a table is 800,000. And if you're also interested in giving us the goodwill message, the chairman said is willing to take 10 goodwill messages. 10 only. Please meet up with us if you're interested. 10 goodwill messages. Then the back page of the program, the back page are up also for grabs. The back page is 3 million naira. The inner back is 2 million. Then the one full page is 1 million. Thank you, sir.
Please encourage him. It's not easy to do this work. It's a thankless work, as they say, it's free work. Thank you very much, Dr. Obieno. Now, distinguished colleagues, I'll just make a few comments about this report. Now, last year, we're trying to avoid our experience from last year, which is why you're paying for your dinner ticket online. So there's nothing like, chairman, can I have ticket to enter the hall? You don't have. What our people call Imamado. It's not going to happen. You pay, you have your whatever code to enter. When you come, they will scan it and you will enter. That is one. Two, last year, as at Saturday morning, we were still receiving alerts, people who want to come for the dinner. Make up your mind whether you want to come or not. Some people are wobbling here and there. It seems like the dinner will not be a success or what have you. Our hall was overflow. And that prevents planning. I just extended it yesterday to 15th. The event starts on the 20th. Once law week starts on the 20th, the account is blocked. Thank God it's not our branch account. Some of this is a platform that you pay. So by that 15th, the platform no longer exists. Besides, it's open till 15th, yes. But once we have the number for the hall, my brothers and sisters, the account is shut down. So if you do not believe in us to give you a good dinner, be waiting. If you believe, please pay on time so that it will enable us plan. We can decide how many people are coming, how do we arrange for the food, how do we arrange for the drinks, how do we arrange the hall. Failure to plan is planning to fail. So please, don't lead us to plan to fail. Help us to plan to succeed. That's why by 15th, we would have shut down. I'd like to thank, particular order, most of our learned seniors we have been receiving support. If you think that, I think the least payment is how much? 15,000. If you think that this is very expensive, the truth of the matter is that the number of people who come for the dinner, the least pay, if everybody was to pay that flat rate, indeed, we can have a successful dinner. because it is a high class dinner. I'd like to thank our learned seniors, particularly senior advocates, senior members of the bar, who support us generously by donating. We have been receiving alerts from so many senior members of the branch, 1 million naira, our sponsors, 1 million naira, some asking for nothing, some just saying, okay, give us a seat for 5 and all of that. So I'd like to thank our revered seniors and our sponsors who are they are the ones whom we rely upon to make this a success. So distinguished colleagues, also register for the event so that we can know this is the hall that we are using. But this hall has a capacity. So when you register online, we already know that we are likely to have 500 people. And like the chairman said, the reason for the opening session at 2 o'clock is so that some of our colleagues who go to court, probably they can finish on time and have this hall filled. Then let me particularly correct one impression. I think that we have a tradition, not a statutory, a statutory practice of having the CJ. Because if the CJ is not available, you probably send somebody. But we have this year extended our invitation to other senior and high class persons of the society. And if they come, perhaps we'll be able to. We have extended invitation to former vice president, former presidents, former attorney generals, a lot of them. They have indicated their intentions to be here. Some lawyers, some non-lawyers. But of course, subject to their availability of space on their diary. So, distinguished colleagues, we assure you that this law week is going to be a law week you cannot afford to miss. And I thank all of you who have been registering, especially those who have been paying. I can't find your name because I don't even want to see your name, but I see the alert and I know that a large number of persons have registered. Very, very large number of persons. So thank you so very much. All right, thank you so much. I think we should at this, okay. Let me first of all recognize you. Please, Adebi Adetosoye, former secretary of the branch, you are welcome to today's meeting. I'd like to recognize Mrs. Chinelo Iriele. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. I also like to recognize Agada Elachi, senior advocate of Nigeria PhD, past chairman of the branch, is with us on the Zoom platform. Johnny Agim, senior advocate of Nigeria, is also with us on the Zoom platform. I thank all of you for being part of this meeting, both physically and virtually. All right, please, let's hear you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I want to first of all thank the chairman of the Law Week Planning Committee. And from the report that the chairman has given, we know that our Law Week is going to be different from the ones we have been having. I have 2 quick questions. From the information, the Law Week itself is free for all members, but the dinner we are going to pay. Now, we have also been informed that the party, the after party, will be immediately after the dinner. Now, my first question is the party free? And are we expected to wear our tuxedo and all to enter? Because I know that some of us that likes to dance a lot, the tie and the tuxedo may not be very comfortable for us to dance. So I want to know really if for some people that might not be interested in the dinner, but are interested in the party, will they be able to attend? Thank you very much, sir.
The answer is a capital no. The after party is an overflow from the dinner. Now, it is your choice to either take off your jacket, tuxedo, or tie when we get to the after party. I know that those who like to dance well know how to adjust. So we can't charge you for after party separate from the dinner. The after party is an overflow from the dinner. Thank you very much, Prince. Yes. More committee reports. Okay, the Human Rights Committee, I will invite the Vice Chairman to give us committee reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Esteemed senior advocates present, distinguished members
First of all, let me start by acknowledging members of this committee. I guess this might just be my penultimate committee report before the curtain falls on this administration. Again, like I said last week, we have people who are from other branches who love what we're doing here a lot. And so they always join us. We have them plenty from Gariki branch. And maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. But we have them from Gariki branch who come to join us. And during the course of the week, the committee has been participating actively in magistrate oversight in partnership with the Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee. Committee visited police stations, Napo and Utaku. Some detainees, I think several of them have been released on bail because of the work of this committee. And during such visits, while some others were directed to be arraigned in court, others were released from custody. We also noticed in the course of our visits that the police cells are often smelly. It's unfortunate. The last, I know some of the visits that we made here. I remember the last police DPO at Utaku. In fact, we had to commend him because the cells were clean, and also the one at area 3, zone 3 police station, was very neat. So I don't know what's going on these days. The cells were smelly, and it's not supposed to be so because detainees also have a right. Okay, they need a space to be commodious. They also need the place to be clean, and so it's unfortunate, but that's what we observed. The committee is also prosecuting the cases it took from the Kuje Correctional Center. And please, if you have issues, I understand that there are some of the cases that we had the last time from curfew. We have some challenges there, and please, if there are issues, please let us know. Let us know. Come back to us. Let me also quickly comment on the issue raised by the learned Sikh, Abdul Ibrahim, about police officers and their harassment of lawyers. Very unfortunate, and I want to believe that this part will not tolerate that. But in our last visit to the Commissioner of Police, fortunately, the Commissioner of Police has been promoted to the rank of AIG, and I hear that he's now in charge of AIG operations, CIG in charge of operations at the headquarters. Congrats to him. We thank God for him. But we did raise this issue. We complained about harassment of lawyers, particularly our members, and we told him that if they felt that there was anything, if they have anything against any of our members, they can raise it with us as a branch. And I think we have our internal mechanism we can use to call such lawyers to order, and he did agree. He agreed. You remember, he also agreed that he will even visit this branch and also talk to us, give us some security tips and what have you. Unfortunately, he couldn't come. He traveled. Before we knew it, he got elevated to the rank of AIG. There's a new police commissioner, and so I think that there is need for maybe another visit, new police commissioner. But I think that will be carried out by the next vice chairman and the Human Rights Committee of the branch. Thank you very much.
So I think this vice chairman is talking as if he's handing over now. We still have 1 month to, so you can still explore the possibility of seeing the new commissioner of police, so that in your reports you can now hand over to the new vice chairman and say this is where I stop, continue from there. But thank you so much for your job. Well done, so far so good. And I can confirm that AIG Miller Dantawaye, who by the grace of God has been promoted. He was an amazing person. When we went to see him, very receptive. Even the IG now, he was the CP. We visited him before he was elevated to AIG, and then boom, he became the IGP. So, and there were no unofficial channels. It was just official channel. It was not as a result of Mr. A helped us open the doors for us to be able to see him. We just sent a letter and they invited us. So they have been amazing. And I think that the branch, we keep the relationship with them going. We have not had issues with them. Now, I will report again that our colleagues, at any point in time, when you have issues at the police station, your first point of call, if you are entangled because walk out of the station, call the vice chairman. If his number is not going, call me. I'll know the appropriate person to call. The Human Rights Committee, they are very many, and they are very active. I know some of them. Vincent Adodo, an amazing person, always there, responsive. You put a call across to him, he moves. These people are not being paid. All right? It is just now that National is trying to provide funds for the Human Rights Committee to function. It has always been within our funds. And we give them next to nothing. It's not enough for them to even run around. Ochili Michael, an amazing person. Anytime you call him, somebody is detained at so place. Ochili, the next moment is there. They have never said, this is how much I spent on logistics. They work with the committee chairman, and whatever they give them, they are happy to do the job. Not to talk of the pro bono cases that they are prosecuting. So once you have an issue and you are being entangled, kindly step out and make a call. And I assure you that our colleagues are very responsive and ready to sweep into action to be able to assist you at those points. Don't get, drowned in problems thinking that you are a member of this bar. And at that point, we're not going to ask you whether you are paid bar practicing fees or branch dues. So don't be afraid whether you are paid branch dues or not. Identification is what matters. We will first of all rescue you before we will now know whether you are paid branch dues or not. So don't think that I have not paid my branch dues. So if I call Chava, he will not answer me. No. That's not the point where we ask you of the branch dues. We will first of all help you out. Then later, we will not ask you about that. Take all across as colleagues. We have done it for a couple of persons. The vice chairman, there are so many instances of people who were almost detained at EFCC. On one occasion, he has already gone home. He went back there and got them. They are lawyers. He went back and they were there in their professional capacity. They were being detained. He left his house, went back to the place and got them out immediately. So this ESCO is here to serve you. And by the grace of God, until 10th of June when we hand over, we'll be here to give you quality service. Yes, Madam Chinelo, you want to say something? Provost, the microphone move, please.
Mr. Chairman, greetings. The last person that gave reports, the vice chairman, I heard him say that some people joined the committee. I really don't understand. I want clarification on that. That some people joined the committee from other branches. I don't know whether that is what is happening now, that when a committee is set up, did they join by invitation or they just joined you? On what basis? Then secondly, because for some time now, honestly, I have not gotten the core of what MBA stands for. The chairman, the vice chairman is supposed to be the human rights chair, right? And when you give your report, members are supposed to know what actually happened. What cases did you handle? The report you gave now it didn't represent a report coming from the chairman of Human Rights Commission, because a lot that is happening in the country now deserves the chair of the Human Rights Commission to give us proper record and what has been achieved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. But this chairman of this Human Rights Committee, is in charge of issues around the FCC. The one in the country, Mr. President, is in charge of it. And there are people who are, there's even a chairman, people's right advocacy, what. Now, the report that he has given are activities and places. If he begins to give you a list of the cases that magistrate court this, high court this, and then give you a profile of this person was charged for criminal trespass, and then we're not going to leave here. It's 2 hours, this meeting. But he's available for details if there's any particular case that you are interested. Yes, ma'am. And
Mr. Chairman, sir, members of the executive, planners, distinguished seniors, good evening. My name is Ruth Zukachat Kapopatu. I'm a retired director into full practice now. Mr. Chairman, there's a case I'm particularly interested in, and that is the case of Princess Madrid. I expected that this branch, she was once an executive member, a treasurer, she served this branch, and I expected to get a report from the chairman, Human Rights Committee, in view of the fact that when she was murdered, debased as a human being, the then CP that has been promoted to AIG was in the matter. So, Mr. Chairman, sir, I believe I'm speaking the minds of so many women here seated as well in respect of this one child issue in FCT. It's not just enough for us to protest. We send a letter. So what is the outcome, Mr. Chairman? Thank you very much.
thank you very much, Auntie Ruth. You are right. I'm not sure. The details, the last that I checked before the CP was elevated was that they had apprehended 2 persons. Investigations were still ongoing. So the chairman of the Human Rights Committee, I assured this branch by Monday, will go and have a feedback, because we do know that we agreed with them that if and when they decide to start prosecution, we would like to send our members to be part of that prosecution, even if it's a watching brief. That is, if it's going to be in a magistrate court, but I doubt. So I do not think that they have commenced any prosecution. Even the DC investigations, I was talking with him personally until he said to me one day, Chairman, I will give you updates when we are ready, or you come to my office. So I assure you that the chairman of the Human Rights Committee and his members, they are very up and doing. This observation is noted, and I agree. We are supposed to give you that report. We apologize that we have not done that, and it will form part of. We will give you the full details of it before this administration hands over by the grace of God. All right. So, any other issue, matters arising? Committee reports, sorry. We are on committee reports. Any other committee? Okay. Let's do the host remark at this point. I'd like to invite High Chief Emeka Obegolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, PhD, representing the President of the bar, to give us the host remark.
The Chairman, Abuja branch of the Nigerian Bar Association, members of ESCO, distinguished learned brothers of the silk and sisters of the silk, dear friends, learned friends, on behalf of the President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mazia Famosigwe, I present to you his greetings, apologies for his inability. First, the President wants to thank the branch, his branch, for the opportunity to host this meeting, and he conveys his goodwill message. Particularly, he said I should remind this branch that there is in effect today the Remuneration Order 2023. He at the branch, and I said this with due respect, if you have read the Remuneration Order, please indicate by raising your hands. So, Chairman, you can see that less than 10% of our meeting, I think, is not good enough. The deal is that this order takes you less than 10 minutes to read. Please, we will make a soft copy available to the chairman and it will be shared on all platforms. Please make out time to read the Remuneration Order 2023. It will boost your capacity to earn fees. And I urge us to be our brothers and sisters keeper by insisting that the provisions of that order, which describes the minimum fees payable to lawyers across all spectrum of legal services. Please insist on payment of the minimum. You can charge anything above the prescribed minimum, but you will not know it until you read it. It is an instrument signed into law that has the effect of changing the welfare of Nigerian lawyers. And until we read it and the order doesn't need the chairman or the branch to enforce it, it is not enforceable. If you believe it will work, it's going to work for you. Branches, our colleagues, all of them are already earning better fees, enhanced fees by virtue of that order. But the good news is that some of us here still do not believe that the order can work for them. For those of you who believe that it will work, please start and commence enforcing the order. For those who don't believe, we will keep praying for you. You know, some people love poverty. If you want to be poor, please keep charging below your fees. But I'll tell you something. That client that you undercharge to attract will not come to you when he has a serious brief. That client that you tell, look, don't worry, leave those who are charging 10%, come, you're my friend, I'll charge you less. When he knows you as someone who undercuts his profession, he will not trust you with a contentious brief. We have had instances where lawyers tell their clients, please pay me the 10% so I can show my brand that I'm in compliance. From behind, I'll return the difference to you. It happens, but I know it will not happen in Abuja. So on behalf of the president, I thank you. But the chairman, you know, when Dr. Obienu gave his reports, it reminded me of the Catholic Church when he said that the law week is for everybody, but the dinner is for those who are paid. You know, in Catholic Church, we say that the Mass, the offertory, everything is for everybody who is in church. But Holy Communion is for whom? So when they gave his report, I remember the Catholic Church and the injunction that they normally give during Holy Communion. But I think the seniors here owe a duty to our juniors to keep them in a state of grace. So I will take 10 tickets for juniors as a person to give to the first 10 juniors that came for this meeting to register them for the dinner. And I urge the seniors here and even those who are online to please make sure that our juniors are qualified to take Holy Communion. I thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, High Chief Emeka Obegolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. You see what I was telling you about our seniors who support and encourage us. He has just taken 10 seats for the first 10 juniors that attended today's meeting. That is apart from the one he will pay for himself and his spouse, possibly, and then the one that his office will pay for. Now, thank you so much, and thanks again, our president. Please take our regards to the president. I'm sure by the time we do vote of thanks, it will be properly sent for hosting to this meeting today. And I'd like to state categorically that we did not approach the president to host. The president was the one who was looking for us that he wanted to host and said to me, Mr. Chairman, it is my own way of saying thank you to the branch for supporting us. Thank you to the branch for giving me the opportunity to be president of the bar. And you will recall that this is the second time that the president is hosting meeting in the course of this our administration. So he has thanked us the first time for electing him. If this is not enough, he is thanking us the second time as he's going out. Perhaps he will thank us again when he has finally gone out. And I can assure you that there is more than enough to eat and drink. I'd like to thank everybody who find time to be here. I told them, we have broken it. They say today is public holiday. Public holiday is even the best day to come. You relax in the morning, and then in the evening, you come to our monthly meeting to have this meeting and then wine and dine. There is more than enough provision for this meeting. So anywhere you see Mr. President Mazi Afamosigwe, tell him, thank you very much. This meeting was indeed a bomb. Now, let me briefly remark about the remuneration order. You know, the thing about remuneration order is that once you give Lenesik Emeka Obegolu to say, even if it's goodwill message, he will tip you remuneration order because, you know, it's his own product that he must sell. And indeed, I have read the remuneration order. Whether you like it or not, it will help you. I've asked the PRO of the branch. I know that there was. Okay, we no longer have hard copies. I know that there were hard copies that we had over a period, and I was hoping that they would bring it so that it will be distributed. But Leonard Sika said he will send us the soft copy. We will make you to put it on our platforms. Just read it. It does not take, like he said, 10 minutes to read. And then you see the breakdown of how you chat. I have one on my table, and I have the soft copy somewhere in our system. So anytime you bring, like he said, anytime you come and I say, I learned something from it too. Because I have one erroneous impression before that. When you are doing a land transaction, you collect 5% here, you collect 5% here. No, the remuneration order has simplified it. You cannot claim somebody that you are not representing. So this one that you say is my client that is selling the land. So the buyer is going to pay you 5%. Are you representing the buyer? You are representing the seller. He breaks it down. So collect your money from the person that you are representing. And the percentage you are supposed to collect is there in that order. And it only stays a minimum. So you can go higher. You cannot go below it. I encourage all of us to read it. And like he said, if you are so cheap to cut corners with what your profession has said, when a better brief comes, the man will not take you seriously. I have encountered it. I gave a client a bill. He said, no, it's too much. I took the soft copy. I sent it to him. I settled the place. I said, please, I'm sorry. I cannot go below this. But because I would have charged 10%. So let us read it. It's in our own interest that each and every one of us not just read it, but have a copy handy. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize in no particular order Abimbola Kayode, past chairman of this branch. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. Our brother, the golden boy, JJ Usman, senior advocate of Nigeria. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. Are Olumuyiwa Akimboro, senior advocate of Nigeria. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. The Are of the BAM. Thank you very much for always being at today's meeting. Now, gentlemen, those of you, the bystanders, please clear that place. You usually don't like this. That's where you have a second meeting. There's only one chairman in this meeting. Please take your seat. Thank you very much for moving. Thank you, thank you. Keep moving, keep moving. There are seats. There's big seats here. Nobody's even going up yet. Please. Now, there's somebody on the Zoom platform. There's somebody on the Zoom platform that wants to speak. Please let us hear. Oh, no.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Adenchin Makandik Elijah Haley. Hello, sir. I don't know whether you're hearing me, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a concern.
Can we have silence so we can hear the
Yes, sir. Sir,
platform?
I have a concern concerning the previous minutes where we read that we had a welfare account for the branch, whereas it appears the account and the funds that are in it are no longer traceable. I thought being a reputable profession, it would be good for us to trace that account and know what is the account balance and recover our funds, whatever is there. It doesn't tell well on our association and also our branch that we operate an account and it will just be abandoned like that. So I thought it would be good for us. I want to move a motion that the branch should take steps to trace the account, know what was the opening balance, get the bank statement, and let us know how much was in the account and let the funds be transferred to the new account that we have opened for the welfare of members. And secondly, sir, I needed to appeal that the remuneration order can be made to be a force. The remuneration order can be made to be a force for us, where we read that we had a welfare account for the branch, whereas it appears the account and the funds that are in it are no longer traceable. I thought being a reputable profession, it would be good for us to trace that account and know what is the account balance and recover our funds, whatever is there. It doesn't tell well on our association and also our branch that we operate an account and it will just be abandoned like that. So I thought it would be good for us. I want to move a motion that the branch should take steps to trace the account, know what was the opening balance, get the bank statement, and let us know how much was in the account and let the funds be transferred to the new account that we have opened for the welfare of members. And secondly, sir, I needed to appeal that the remuneration order can be made to be a force. The remuneration order can be made to be a force where we read that we had for the remuneration order, I'm proposing that we can use the instrumentality of the law to make it mandatory for clients to pay. But what we have now at the remuneration order is penalizing for not charging. I thought we should shift the burden to the clients. Let it be made mandatory for clients to pay, not for the lawyers. Let it be that if you charge anything below, or if a client pays anything below the required law, then that process is invalid. If it is a land transaction document and the client pays anything less than the 10%, it renders that property transaction invalid. Let us shift the burden to the clients, and let us also make that payment to be made to the MBA, and the solicitor who drafted the process should be remunerated by the MBA, so that it will take an official position instead of just leaving the solicitor at the mercy of the client. And at the end of the day, we tell the client that when you charge less, you will tell the solicitor that when you charge less, you'll be punished. I've had several experiences that I had to turn clients away, and they went somewhere and got it done at their own terms. So for us to avoid such situation, I think it will help us to push the burden of payment to the person who is supposed to pay. I don't think, with due respect, I don't think it is proper that the victim of the crime of not being paid his dues is now being made liable for the fault of the person who refused to pay what he was supposed to pay. So I think we need to revisit that order. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Okay, we didn't get everything you said, but the few that we got, we'll respond to it. In respect of the welfare account, we have discovered where it is, that it's in Keystone Bank. We have about 4 point something million naira. And they were requesting, because it was dormant, we haven't touched it since we came in. They were requesting what was not possible. I spoke to the General Secretary so that they will give us formal letters. This is not an association that is registered under Part B that will provide certificate of registration and all of those bullshit. So I've asked them who will give us a letter from national that will make them, because I said to them, okay, if we cannot get this thing, are you now going to seize our money? You know, and they said, okay, no, there must always be a way. So I said, okay, we will ask General Secretary, because we are not a registered association. We don't have any of those documents that you are talking about. None of what, all of what they listed to us. So once General Secretary gives us a note from National, which we will submit to the bank, I'm sure that we will facilitate that so that before we leave, even if we are unable to operate the account, we'll be able to effectively hand it over to a new administration. That is one. Remuneration order, your proposal to have the remuneration order amended so that the consequence you will have to reach, the chairman is here. I'm sure he didn't hear you well, but I think what he's proposing is to change the consequences of a default. All up. I don't know how we're going to change, because this remuneration order is to the benefit of a lawyer. So if you cannot apply it, you are not cheating any other person but yourself. It is in your interest. And I'm amazed when High Chief said that we have had instances where somebody tells a client that, okay, this one remuneration order says, pay me the 5%, and then I'll withdraw it through the bank and give to you. Money that has entered my account, I'll withdraw it and give to you. No, let me keep this one first. If you like, no, bring another brief. Because indeed, if you can send the money to me, why do I have to give it to you? It's just like under Governor Fashola in Lagos. They, introduced the rent control issue. And then, but that's a different case anyway. So if you go and rent a house in Lagos, the landlord will say, do you want to pay Fashola's rent or you want to pay my rent? But you see, in that situation, the tenant is forced to face accompli, because if you must implement Fashola's rent, then they will not give you house to rent. So that's a different scenario. I can't understand how I will tell a client that, okay, I'm supposed to charge you 10%, but give me the 10% so that I will not run foul of the law. I will return 5% to you. Well, I do not know how. Yes. Okay, now, my vice chairman just in the view that he also had. And I think that shouldn't be a problem ordinarily. Yes, agreed. There are some of our colleagues who believe that, okay, I can do it for less. So if a client comes to you traditionally, I'm sure he's still listening, and then you say, no, remuneration order says I should take 10% for this particular type of brief. And then he says, no, I cannot pay 5%, but I can take it back. I can, the so person says he will do it for less. Just monitor the person. Let the transaction push through. Make sure that you have particulars of that brief, and then report it if you are courageous enough, and see what will happen to him. Just monitor the person. Make sure you have sufficient evidence, not rhetorics, not speculation. Sufficient evidence of that transaction pulling through, and then see what will happen to that person. So it's not, I don't think it's, except you want to turn your eyes to it. If you turn your eyes to it, that's another thing entirely. Thank you very much. All right, I think there's another person who is on the Chinelo. Let the person speak.
Talk for you. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Chairman, the executives, senior advocates of Nigeria here present, elders, distinguished colleagues. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Chinelo Audrey of Fairline, and I thank you very much for this opportunity again, like I said, to speak. Mr. Chairman, I want to appreciate you for steering this ship excellently well thus far. I also want to notify the
When
secretariat.
he is, tell him to mute.
I also want to notify the secretariat that my name is missing from the attendance register for last month. I don't usually check because I felt it's not really necessary at this point. But when I noticed people were complaining about it, I looked through and I saw that my name wasn't there. So, Mr. Chairman, please have me have my name added to the list for those who attended the meeting last month. And I want to also apologize for not attending the meeting physically today because I am somewhere in the east as it relates to the assignment that I've been given. And I want to also remind each and every one of us here that I'm still in the race for the position of the National Welfare Secretary. Thank you very much.
I've been the third banner campaign. Okay, the first observation, you should have just liaised with the secretary of the branch or assistant secretary. Yeah. He said, okay, you have liaised with them, your name is there. You have told them they have corrected it already. Thank you. All right. So, thank you very much. Wish you all the best in your ambition. I'd like to recognize in no particular order, Daniel Teller, Secretary, Body of Ventures. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting. Remy Juice Umea from the FRC, former officer of this branch. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. Okay, we have some visitors, our colleagues from other branches, and I'm going to give them 2 minutes. They have traveled from far places to come and say hello to us. Okay, let me invite Meti Monday Kukwe from Uyo branch. You have 2 minutes to say hello to us. And then after that, I would like Chinwendu Ugochukwu, former Welfare Secretary, Lagos branch, stand by to take the microphone. Let me have. All right, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, my good chairman of the branch and member of the ESCO, learned six here present, my fathers, my mothers, and my peers. Very respectfully, I am delighted to be here. My name is Meti Monday Bupe. Monday and Sunday, there is no difference at all. So I came in last night and the ban on politics is lifted. And when the time is ripe, certainly I will be back to intimate every blessed soul here that I shall be running for the office of the Assistant Publicity Secretary of the branch. I was called
of the branch. Which branch?
Of the MBA National. Thank you immensely for the correction, Mr. Chairman. I'm grateful. So I was called in 2019. And to the base of knowledge, I think the capacity is also not campaigning. When the ban lifted, I shall certainly come back, like I said earlier. There is one particular thing about the MBA's constitution, precisely section 9, I think sub 3 and 6. The intention was to see how they can integrate young lawyers into the main sphere of MBS politics. And even though I am 6 years post-call, I think that capacity is also there. So I need your support when the time is right, and I shall comfortably come back here to intimate the House about my ambition. I am also the preceptor of the Legal Digest, the authorities you have been receiving for the past 5 years. It's actually my brainchild, and I'm sincerely grateful for this opportunity given to me. My good chairman, may the good Lord bless you. I reached out to you. I called you, I think it was yesterday morning, and you extended that grace to me. Thank you, members of this branch, and thank you, each and every one of you, for giving me this opportunity to have a few words with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I am grateful. So when once you see Meti Monday, okay, Monday and Sunday, there is no difference.
Monday, you are now campaigning. Thank you very much.
Obviously not. Thank you.
MS Chinwendu Ugochukwu You also have 2 minutes. Don't be like Monday. Stick within your 2 minutes.
Mr. Chairman and the honorable executive, Leonard Silk here present, Leonard seniors, and my colleagues. My name is Chiwendu Ugochukwu. I bring you good greetings from the Premier Bar MBA Lagos branch. February meeting, unfortunately, I came late and because of the delayed flight. Now I'm here again the second time to fraternize with my good people of the Unity Bar. Like Chairman said, I am not contesting. I am not contesting, but I am consulting. The ban has not been lifted. I served my branch as the welfare secretary, and I did impressively well. And I know that if I have done that in my branch as a welfare secretary, no doubt I can do better for the national. When the ban is lifted, I will dish out my manifesto and what I intend to do. And with your support, I know that I can do better. Thank you very much for the fraternity. Thank you very much for the warm reception. And I look forward to your vote, and we look forward to working with you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Ugochukwu, you are welcome to the Unity Bar. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize National Chairperson of Women Forum, Ajia Uwela Muhammad. Thank you so much for coming to today's meeting. She knows that I'm a he for she. Thank you so much. And of course, accompanied by Hajia, our own Hajia, Hadiza Afegua, the state lead. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. I recognize Eko HMB Eko, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. Now, there's one of our colleagues who says she's doing a presentation and has requested, I'll give you same 2 minutes. Benedicta Mokocha. Are you in the hall? Before you reach here, your 2 minutes don't finish. So. Benedicta Mokocha. Okay, you're close by. Let the microphone, Provost, let the microphone move. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Leonard Sukes. It's a pleasure to be here. I just want to take a moment to invite the Family Unity Bar for a book exhibition. My name is Benedicta Wokocha, an associate at MJ Numa Partners. So recently, the social media has done good, but it has also started doing a lot of harm. Hence the need for the social media space to be regulated. And having or being a lawyer who also has an online presence, I saw a lot of things happening online, hence the need for the book, The Laws of Social Media. So the book is titled The Laws of Social Media. It narrates and talks about all the laws and the Nigerian legal system governing the digital space. People feel they are keypad warriors and they can just come online and tweet anything. And basically, this laws addresses the crimes that happen on the social media space, the do's and don'ts, the proper regulation of the social media space. And I'm having the book exhibition next week, the 6th of May on Wednesday. And I would want to invite the house to be present. I would appreciate the presence of the house at the book exhibition. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So I encourage our colleague. The date is 6th of May, and the venue is
the Dome Hotel at Central Area, 3 p.m. Thank you.
Right. So I'm doing part of the advertisement for you.
Thank you.
So, distinguished colleagues, as many as are in town on that day, should please give her all the moral support by attending. Even if you cannot buy the book at the launch, you can at least buy at the cover rate. Now, distinguished colleagues, soft copy of the remuneration order has been made available by High Chief Emeka Obegolu. The publicity secretary has it and is going to circulate it on our various platforms. Look for somewhere to save it. Print, if you can print it. You will need it handy someday. Our senior colleague here, Are Olumiwa Akimboro, has made also hard copies. Some are outside. First come, first serve. These copies have been circulated by arrest severally. Some are outside now, hard copies. First come, first rush out and grab your copies. And I'm sure that at the next meeting, after meeting, please, okay, after meeting to be available there. I'm sure that at the next meeting we'll also have more copies. I have copies. My juniors have copies in the office, courtesy of Are Olumewa Akimboro. Thank you very much. Okay, I will invite the secretary. Okay, they say no correspondence. We don't have correspondence to share today. And then next will be introduction of first timers. If you are attending this meeting as a member, not as a visitor, newly called to bar, you relocated, one thing or the other, please step forward for recognition and applause. Introduction, please. Where we are is AOB6. You want to say something? Okay, let him. He must.
The chairman, the executive, my members, the seniors and juniors. I just want to say that it has been our thing to always support our own during national elections. Our own should be our own. And the SAN is our own. Because we start from the house and move out. So please, I want to use this opportunity to ask us to support who you are to come as the president.
Thank you very much. The ban on campaign has not been lifted, madam.
I know.
So take it easy.
I know.
Take it easy, madam. Thank you very much. Now, if you are a new member, if you are coming to the meeting, is there any other hand for AOB? AOB? Okay, come on. No, new members, you can start coming out. AOB, I'll take one or two more. But new members, you can come out, please. The new members, come out. Yes, go ahead, speak. Start with your name.
Okay, my name is. So, sorry, Mr. Chairman. So the point I was making is, yes. So I'm trying to make this point. I love coming to the meeting, but unfortunately, most of the information I get about the meeting comes from maybe people who are on their way. Right now, it's my colleague that just said, there will be meeting. I want to go to the meeting. I said, okay, let me join you. Apparently, the information that is being given about the meeting is not enough. Using WhatsApp is not enough. We always give our emails. Please, some of us are not good at WhatsApp groups. If you post something in WhatsApp and 1,000 more messages coming, I can't see it. I don't have time. I'm sorry, man. If we can, our email forms, and then every time there is meeting, like let us have some information about things that have to do with this branch through our emails. With emails, but like WhatsApp increase us, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My brother, your observation is noted. We'll try and implement it. But you see the same observation. Some other persons will come and say, I prefer it on WhatsApp. Our information goes to WhatsApp and is on Instagram. And we repeat it regularly. But since you want email, noted. We'll try and do that by the grace of God, as God enables us. Thank you. Your observation is noted. Next.
My name is Uche. My own concern is on the remuneration order, which has given serious publicity. I have a personal experience where these people that sell property, they will prepare the agreement and they will now look for a lawyer to inscribe the seal and the name because of maybe registration. So that man came around. I told him that if I put my seal and my name, to be presumed I'm the one that prepared it. So let us talk based on what the amount should be. Before you know it, one of the
So let's do their introduction and then we'll come back to Adia for respect. Please tell us your name, where you work, when you were called to the bar, and of course, if you like, your marital status.
Good evening, Chairman, and the executive of the branch. Good evening, Leonard Silks. Good evening, Leonard Seniors, and good evening, Leonard colleagues. My name is Eminent Ita Imo. I am from Akwa Ibom State. I currently work at Kalapanzi Partners KP Law LLP. That's somewhere around Jabi District, Abuja. Recently relocated into the city of Abuja, and be a pleasure to identify and perhaps be identified with this branch. That is why I'm here, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, sir. Oh, my year of call. Sorry, thank you, sir. I was called in the year 2017.
Thank you. Next, let the microphone move. You don't want to tell us if you are married or not.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Leonard my distinguished colleagues. My name is John Anirobi. I'm from Anambra State. I was called to the Nigerian bar September 2025, that's last year. Currently, I'm not working with any law firm, so I'm still searching. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, seniors, the sons, and everybody. Actually called to 2006, but relocated from Lagos. I was at the Keja branch. My name is Huachukufe, and married.
Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Sorry, you have to register name of new members. Oh, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Timothy Patience. I was called last year, 2025, September. I'm currently serving with the Federal High Court at Maitama.
Good evening, distinguished colleagues. My name is B.A. Goke from Enugu State. I'm called to the Nigerian Bar November 2025. And presently I work with Chibuzo Ezike and Co.
Good evening. My Magabu. I'm called Nigerian Bar. Currently, I'm with Ojili Associates in Asokoro. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, can you please come back before you complete your register? You need to be addressed. Come back, please. Auntie Ruth, can you please help us welcome these new members and give them some of our code of conduct, particularly, you know what to say to them.
Distinguished colleagues, you're welcome. This is the Unity Bar, the Premier Bar. Somebody said she came from Lagos. This is not the Tiger, this is the Premier Bar. And here we have distinguished learned seniors, SAN, and we welcome you into our branch. However, I'm here to tell you that if you're addressing, moving forward, get your name listed, and then come and stand with them. We add you to the platform, and we're so concerned about our dressing here. As you can see, I'm traditionally dressed. So moving caps are not allowed. And then, good, thank you. That reminds me some years ago. May the soul of Jam Jam rest in peace. Let me share a little story. Those of you that are standing there, you are disobeying the chairman. You see, his pay is better than sacrifice. Some years ago at ICT here, a meeting was going on, and I think it was the AGM, and Jam was not properly dressed. The then president was JB Dowd, the big brother. And you know what he did? When he was not recognized, he went back to his hotel, Nikon Luxury. And then he came, and then the president said, now I can recognize you. So thank you very much for removing your cap. That's it. We're disciplined here. Our monthly meetings come only once in a month, first Friday of every month. And we have committees. One game, and I wish you well, please. If you need a lawyer and you said here, Leonard SAN, please kindly help him. Yes, cap. Yes, when you put on native, wear your cap, not face cap, just as you can see me. And I want to see this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, and to talk of recent I was in court. In fact, at the Court of Appeal, they gave us circular. Even the bag where to carry must be black. So for lawyers like me, my female lawyers, please, I am pleading with you. Because at the end of it, it was thrown back to us seniors that we're here. What are we doing to make sure that this profession is a conventional profession? If you want to do fashion, go and join fashion. But if you want to be a lawyer, please, any court you are attending, for women, pack your hair, hold it very well. Don't allow your wig and gown to be hanging like this. I rest my case. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Auntie Ruth. You are all welcome. So you go to the secretariat and formally register so that you'll be added to the platform. Hadia, you are the last on AOB. Time is fast spent. Our food is getting cold. And we have birthday celebrants. We have a few other things. Make it snappy. 1 minute.
Chairman and his able to present here presence, senior colleagues, distinguished colleagues. My chairman, this is very different. This is because I came here for the first time in so many months. I came here like the first person today. And I'm sure the welfare secretary will testify to that. And why I said this is because when I came, the first people on board here was Mr. Williams, Mr. Friday, and our photographer. And I was wondering, I said to Mr. Williams, is today not Workers' Day? He said, yes, somebody must come. I said, you must come what? We should have asked for volunteers, Mr. Chairman. Honestly, from lawyers who would have volunteered. And it's on that ground that I want to celebrate our own workers. Mr. Williams, Mr. Friday, and our able photographer. It's Workers' Day. Peradventure, our chairman forgot to celebrate us. So, on ground, Mr. Chairman, I want to give a little stipend so that they can go and buy some bread, some Coca-Cola and Fanta for their kids as they are going. Thank you so very much, Mr. Chairman.
That's Williams and the staff, eh?
Williams.
God bless you.
Friday, our photographer.
God bless you.
Just $50.
God bless you. Thank you very much. This is encouraging. Please put your hands together for Haji Adama. Thank you very much for encouraging the secretarial staff. You know, there is a worry slogan that not be one man work. So you see, it's not only that, so that's the branch ESCO that should take care of these kind of things are encouraged and should be applauded. Being kind enough to give monies to secretarial staff, although we have our arrangement with them today, they didn't work for free. Coming out today, we made provisions for them. We didn't just ask them to come today. So this is an addition, and we thank you for that. Thank you so much. Next is birthday celebrants. If your birthday was in the month of April, your cake is here. Please step forward to cut the birthday cake. If your birthday was in April, from 1st to 30th of April, kindly step forward to cut the cake. We want to do that snapping. The day is fast spent, and we are now on generator. Take notes. If there's no light at a certain time, these people off this generator, they are not under obligation to keep it for us, and we don't want to eat our food and drink in the dark. Birthday celebrants for the month of April, please step forward. Our distinguished colleagues at the back, there's another meeting there. Please. Oh, birthday celebrants led by the golden boy himself. Please put your hands together. Lord J. Let me invite Abim Bola Kayode, past chairman of the branch, to supervise cutting of this cake and pray for them. You cannot delegate this one.
Mr. Chairman, there is a point of order. London SCN said I was not born in April.
Who said you are not born in April? If you were born in April, you would have been on this side and not on the other side. And you are properly dressed. So please, address them and pray for them. Supervise the cutting of the cake. There's knife there, Abi.
Thank God for you who celebrated your birthday. The branch prays that God will continue to uplift each and every one of you and extend your coast by His grace. So we spell the bar, we spell unity, and we cut the cake. U-N-I-T-Y, unity.
That was very fast. We were running at 100 kilometers per hour. Thank you very much. Before I take the vote of thanks, I'd like to announce once again that the Unity Bar Amazons are still recruiting. I don't want to go back to what happened in 1966, but they are still recruiting and they have started training. They are determined to win the annual general conference trophy once again this year by the grace of God. So they are still recruiting. Are there members of the Unity Bar? Please wave your hands there. There they are. If I know that you are good at football, see them. If you see them after the, you can also see the welfare secretary. She's here. Welfare secretary. She's a member of the Unity Bar Amazons. Now, one of our colleagues, Uche, very vibrant member of this bar, he was traveling to the east and was attacked and kidnapped somewhere around Etobe. Luckily, they took what he had, macheted him badly, but he has come back to Abuja just yesterday. For those of us who do not know him, his telephone number is here. I'm going to just put a call across to him. He said he's doing well. That is the whole essence of solidarity. He's always present at our meetings. Uche. Most of us, if you see his picture, you will know him. Uche. His telephone number is 080-389-59090. I'll ask the police secretary to put it on the platform. 080-389-59090. Please put a call across to him. That's the whole essence of solidarity. Pray with him. Thank God for his life. He's alive, and we are grateful to God for that. Now, the next will be to take, the book. I can see Dr. Rapp. You want to say hello to the bar? 1 minute, because we are fast. We'll give you 1 minute to say hello. After that, Are Olumiwa Akimboro, please get ready to thank our host. He has provided enough, more than enough. You can't imagine it. Distinguished colleagues, please don't be in a hurry to leave. This man provided too much for this meeting. Thank you, Doctor. You have 1 minute.
Thank you so much, the chairman, members of the executive of Abuja branch, learned senior advocates here present. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very sorry I came in late. The flight situations in Nigeria, they kept delaying our flights for several hours. But thank God I'm here today. My name is Dr. Rapolo Ndoka. I used to be the National Publicity Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association. And I'll just tell you, I normally say this in most places, Rapolo is a short form of a longer name. The full name is Rapolo Chukwu, and it simply means leave everything for God. And so what it means is that if you have some troubles, leave them for God. If somebody is disturbing your life, leave them for God. But then there are some things that must be left for the lawyers to still do, and God will walk through the lawyers. So for those ones, leave them for God through the lawyers. And then I just said, I would say here, everyone, I believe that I was the public secretary during the Olumide Akpata regime. And I believe that every lawyer who is here and was called to the bar then must have felt our impact, because people never complained while we were in office of want of information. What they complained of was information overload. Because prior to coming into office, people kept complaining, we don't know what is going on in the NBA. We don't know what NBA is all about. And when I took office, I made sure that we inform people every step of the way about what NBA is all about. And because I was close to the secretariat at that point, I covered up for the secretariat in a number of ways. So I came to tell you, my Abuja people, because of want of time, I will still be here again. But I came to tell everyone that Dr. Rapolo Doka intends to run for the office of the General Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association. And so what I tell people, not just to make promises, but I tell people to judge me by my past. If I've done well before, I will do better this time around. And I came to ask for your support. And thank you so much for having me in the short time.
You don't do campaign.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rapolo, aka Left Arm for God. Let me invite Are Oluwa Akiboro, the Are of the Abuja Bar, to take our host. Gentlemen, can we please be seated from that back? Thank our host for hosting an amazing meeting. And Are, please also thank our members for coming out. Today is public holiday. Some people thought that our colleagues would not come out, but here they are. Thank the host and thank our colleagues for coming out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can we please let's sit from that back? Please find somewhere to sit. I beg you. Sorry, it's not me that you are going to thank. So let's leave my own. Let's thank the person that has done us a good deed today. You see, when Jesus Christ healed some people, some of them left without coming back. Some of them came back to say a big thank you. And that is the beginning of somebody that has conscience to know when a good turn has been done to him and the need for him to come and say thank you to the people who have done good for him. On behalf of the Nigeria Bar Association Abuja branch, I want to thank Masia Pamutikwe, President Nigeria Bar Association, and my home brother. He knew I'm well pleased for remembering that it is this branch that supported him. And also for remembering that when you are supported, there is always need for you to say a thank you. You see, everything that goes up must come down. And I remember that when he came in, he said thank you. And now that he's on his way out, he's still saying thank you. So we need to please give him a mighty the Nigeria Bar Association. Mr. Chairman, congratulations. You saw a president who is your own. This is not going to be the last. Amen. You are still going to see many more. Amen. Abuja, Be ready. You are still going to see many more. Thank you very much. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, I'll call for motion for adjournment. Motion for adjournment. Then, Haji Adama, we're looking for you to give us the opening prayer because you were one of the earliest. You were not here. You will give us the closing prayer. Motion for adjournment. Who moves, please? Microphone. Motion for adjournment. Microphone. Go to that side. Okay, here. One is here. You take one there. Second there. Motion for adjournment. God's name. Amen. Agree. I stand to move motion for adjournment, that having exhausted all that we have on our agenda for today's meeting, my motion is hereby moved. Thank you. Please spell the last name. Amen. Agree. E-M-E-A-G-U-R. Thank you very much, Godson. Who seconds? Farida Usman, right? Farida Usman seconds. Give her a microphone. Let's hear your voice.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the ESCO. My name is Farida Umar Usman. I hereby second the motion for adjournment. See you in June.
Thank you very much. Closing prayer, Haji Adama. Where are you going again now? Haji Adama, they have seconded. Now, before the closing prayer, distinguished colleagues, the meeting is coming to an end by the closing prayer. Please, if you park very far away, it's getting dark, go and bring your car closer, where the security personnel can see it. Nobody's causing burglar at this point. If you leave your car close to First Bank or Access Bank, security cannot get there. Bring it closer, even if you have to create a second line on the road. We want the security personnel to be able to be close to you. Please go and bring your car. There's more than enough drink and food. It will not finish. Bring your car closer and then come back inside for the refreshment. Thank you. Haji Adama, closing prayer.
Thank you, my chair.
Shall we be all standing, please?
Shall we be all standing? NBA prayer. Almighty God, our Creator, we pray you to be with us in all our deliberations and to direct our endeavors so that we shall continue in all humility to glorify thy name and do that which is right and just for our profession, its members, our fellow men and country. Amen.
Amen. Distinguished colleagues, this meeting is ended. You can go in peace, but please wait to take refreshment. See you in June. And take note, June is our very last meeting. We will encourage you to come and give us a good send-off. Thank you very much.